Fans, thank you.
Well, Brian, we're here.
First Horizon Park would like to welcome you to the music.
We're here for, as Ernie Banks from the Chicago Cubs would say, let's play two 7-inning games here today, Brian, featuring the Lane College Dragons and the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee University. On yesterday, Lane defeated Tuskegee 10-0 on a one-hit performance by started in right field today, Mr. Arias. Brian, impressions about yesterday. Anything you want to tell everybody about for those who missed yesterday's game?
Well, you have one team that has the experience of, as we just mentioned, 14 players, 12 players, that came back for their senior season. And then you have another team that's young. And having talked to Coach Hollins, he recognizes that his team was not ready for this moment, in the spotlight, and it caught them a little bit off guard. So even though, they did get a good pitching performance at times, it definitely wasn't their best effort, and I think Tuskegee is going to be looking to play better, a little more relaxed today. And for Lane, we saw a great pitching performance from Thomas Arias, who does move into right field today. So it'll be interesting to see what the first game is like. I think we'll get a better performance from Tuskegee in the first game, and especially early on, and we'll kind of see what we get from there. Tuskegee is the home team, and you can see the batting lineup right for Tuskegee. That batting lineup, Joshua Lewis, the center fielder. Second, Russell Coleman at first. Ronald McGee behind the plate. Jamison Eichelberger is the DH. Caleb Cobb is the second baseman. Kyrie Broughton is the right fielder. Ryan Martin, in left. Richard Smith is the left fielder. Dominic Johnson is the shortstop. And pitching for Tuskegee, Savante Williams will be on the bump today. Lane will pretty much have their same starting lineup that they had from yesterday. They'll start it off with Travez Brown leading off in center field. Chris O'Neill, second baseman. The shortstop, Zach Elias. Christian Armstrong will actually be pitching and also hitting in the cleanup spot. Caleb Banks is in left field, batting fifth. Melvin Creighton, the third baseman, batting sixth. Bottom of the lineup, Javion Woods at first base. John Neal Armstrong, who also catches. And then there's Thomas Arias, who will be in right and batting ninth.
Arias with that one-hit performance on yesterday. Setting the defensive lineup once again for Tuskegee. Starting the outfield from left to right. Barton, Lewis, Broughton, Smith at third base, Johnson at short, Cobb at second, Coleman at first base, and a battery of Williams and McGee as we get set here. Temperatures in the mid-60s here in Nashville, Tennessee. Brian, just a beautiful day for baseball. We've got the window open here in the press box. What's the over-under on us getting the foul ball hit up here where we can possibly catch it, Brian?
You can't have a negative number, but I would go as close to zero as you can get. We're shooting overs today. I gotcha. I'm not betting on it.
Yeah, unfortunately, we couldn't get over to Dixon Academy to get our fishing net to see if we may be able to catch one. So, going to have to do it the old-fashioned way, see if I can stick my arms out and have them be long enough. And we're underway here in Nashville, Tennessee, swinging in the miss for strike one to Brown. Trevon Brown takes that pitch right there.
Be interesting to see, Drew, if we get a little faster call on the balls and strikes from today's umpire behind the plate.
It sure can't get too much slower than it was yesterday, Brian. 2 balls, 1 strike is your count right here. Williams.
Good placement on that pitch.
Yeah, and he's a little bit more consistent than we had yesterday. He's been around the plate. Even a couple of balls just missed. And there's a shot to right field. Should be very playable. Deep, but not quite deep enough for the first out of the day. And just like that, Tuskegee, through 1 batter, is off to a little bit of a better start, as Lane yesterday had their leadoff runner on, I believe, 7 of the 9 innings that we played yesterday, Brian.
I was just going to mention that real important to get that first batter of the inning out and don't let them get on base.
First pitch is a strike. 79-mile-an-hour fastball right there. It's got a little bit of a side, a 3/4 action on the pitching right there.
Williams already in a good spot with O'Neal in an 0-2 hole.
Outside. I think that was just a waste pitch right there, Brian. Two balls, 2 strikes is your count. Don't want to go full on a batter this early if you can avoid it, Brian.
You can see the stats on Williams on the season. Good call, strike 3 right there. It was it was a little questionable, a little low, but I like the umpire giving it to him on that one. Nice off-speed pitch there.
Yeah, caught him window shopping here early on a Sunday afternoon, Brian.
And this is a big start for Tuskegee. I mean, given they gave up 2 runs in the opening inning. Matter of fact, 6 runs in the first 3 innings yesterday. So real important if Williams can get the Golden Tigers off to a good start and possibly go 3 up and 3 down.
Zach Elias at the plate.
Now, see, there's that same location on that pitch that the umpire gave for the strike. I don't know if there's such a thing as makeup calls, but if you believe in them, then there that was.
Well, it's kind of hard to make it up to your partner instead of to yourself.
Well, you're making it up for the other team, though. It's like, hey, I called strike on that same placement earlier. I'm going to make this one a ball.
Swing and a miss right there. 1 ball, 2 strikes is going to be your count. Zach Elias comes in with a .392 batting average on the season.
Real important spot for Williams. Can he get out of the inning on this pitch?
And I think he did, Brian. Let's see who wants it. Second baseman is going to take that. That's Cobb. And Lane goes down 1, 2, 3. After 1/2 inning here from Nashville, Tennessee. Lane 0, Tuskegee still the back. You're watching Music City Diamond Classic right here on the Black College Sports Network.
Hello, beautiful people. It's your girl Maya here, and I'm just stopping through to send some love your way, but also to invite you to download the iHeart My HBCU app, the official HBCU spare change app to mix and mingle in the HBCU chat rooms as alumni vie for the #1 spot for the most loved HBCU based on spare change donations. I hope everybody stands safe and well out here. Much love, peace, and blessings. Enjoy.
Since 2002, Empowerment Resources, Inc., a nonprofit organization, has empowered more than 1,500 youth and adults in Duval and surrounding counties. Through its programs, Journey into Womanhood, Girls Mentoring, Life Skills for Teens, and parenting education coaching. To get involved with programs, volunteer, or donate, visit www.empowermentresourcesinc.org. Follow us on social media, facebook.com/empowerment.resources and instagram.com/empowermentjax.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Spreaker, or the BCSN app, as we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
Long two.
Back here in Nashville, Tennessee, Music City Diamond Classic. Brian, want to make sure everybody doesn't get confused. We've got Christian Armstrong on the bump, and we've got Jadell Armstrong as his battery mate behind the plate.
No relation, Drew. No relation.
No relation, but tell us a little bit about the one on the bump, Christian.
Yeah, his last plate appearance against Christian Brothers back on April 14th. Threw 4 innings, gave up 5 hits and 5 runs. 2 of them were earned, though. Struck out 2 batters, gave up 4 doubles. So plenty of extra base hits off of him. And so, you know, this is his 6th pitching performance or appearance of the season.
Bunt attempt, rolls foul.
Josh Lewis leading off for Tuskegee, the junior center fielder. Batting .333, as you can see. And just as it was important for Tuskegee to get 3 outs, I think it's important for Tuskegee to get some base runners as they went 9. You know, they went basically in order.
And there's a shot. That's deep. That might be over his head. And it is. 1 hops to the wall. And he's going to be on second base with a stand-up double right there.
And there we go. Good hit by Lewis. He hesitated a little bit. I think he may have thought that ball was going to go over the fence because, yeah, he hesitated a little bit. I watched him right about midway between first and second. I think he was jogging a little bit. Maybe could have run it a little bit harder, but you know, look, if you think that one was going to go, and it was maybe what, about 2 feet away from going over the wall, Drew?
About halfway on the warning track right there where it landed at.
Right. So, you know, but hey, he's in a good spot. It's a good opening leadoff hit, double.
Look, the fact that Tuskegee got the ball to the outfield grass was very good. As there's a shot up the middle, shortstop, over the first base. That's Elias over the woods. And he does his job by moving the runner over, Brian.
Fielder's choice 6'3", excuse me.
Next up is Ronald McGee for Tuskegee.
Might be the sacrifice they need to get home.
I don't think that's going to be quite deep enough. He's going to take a chance. And
you take a chance. Most definitely you take that chance, Drew. And look, Tuskegee needs runs. Tuskegee needs to get off to a good start. You take that, especially with the second baseman having to backpedal. Oh, yeah. Now, if the right fielder makes that play, as you see on the replay here, if the right fielder makes that play, that possibly isn't out. But I think by the simple fact that the second baseman had to catch and twirl around, good decision by Lewis there.
Yeah, and then the fact that, you know, Tuskegee didn't get anything yesterday, you know, why not take that chance?
Called strike there. Good spot by Armstrong. Jamison Eichelberger at the plate now. Already in the 0-2 hole.
Took that one outside for ball 1. You know, obviously it looks like Tuskegee has gotten the bright lights out of him, and that built as Eichelberger strikes out there. Brian, we'll come back and talk about that after this after this break. But Tuskegee has the lead for the first time in this Music City Diamond Classic. They lead 1-0 over Lane. We'll be right back on the Black College Sports
This
Network.
is our moment, and we're doing what many thought we couldn't. We're investing in the stock market. We're buying rental properties. We're starting businesses. And when you're looking for a financial advisor to help you build wealth, choose one you can trust. Choose Wilson Wealth.
Shop Velvet Online Women's Boutique to spice up your closet with trendy, unique looks. We have fashionable.
Top of the second inning. That's a shot to right field. That should be easy, and it is. Broughton with the catch out there. That was Armstrong, the pitcher, making that out right there, Brian.
Yeah, that'll give him a chance to kind of get off the field and start getting ready to head back on the hill at the bottom of the inning.
Yeah, you want, if he's batting, you want him to get on, but if so, you want him to get that first out if he doesn't get on, so he can go in and get his rest and relaxation. Ball one right there to Banks. Caleb Banks comes in 286 on the season. Takes that one inside for strike one. Did he go?
I don't think so.
Yes, he did.
That was tough. Looking at it from here, I thought he might have checked himself. But now it's a 1-2 count for Williams.
And that one pitch makes a big difference in the approach on this at bat.
Yes, it does.
Now he's in the hole. He's got to protect. Ooh, he's a better man than me right there, Brian. I might have had to go for that, but that's why he's playing collegiate baseball and we're upstairs calling it, Brian. Great job by the catcher. Just keeping that ball in front of him. Need him to say that for when somebody's on base when you really need that, though. We're full. First full count of the day, Brian. Banks stands at the plate. The payoff pitch. That's popped up. Let's see who wants that one. It's going to be the second baseman, Cobb, for the second out of the inning.
Five consecutive batters for Tuskegee. I feel like we were playing the complete opposite of what we saw yesterday.
And maybe that's what you should have. That's going to hurt. That was off the foot right there. Usually in a 3-game series, hopefully one team gets one team gets the other, and then you settle the difference in the third game. That, at least from a fan's point of view, that's where you want to see competitive baseball.
Especially a Tuskegee fan's perspective.
Definitely after you gave up the first one, especially the way that they gave up the first one. Ball one outside. Brian, tell me what you think about these powder blue uniforms that Lane has on today.
I love it. I love the contrast of the uniforms with the red hats, red letters. The numbers are white Although
the white on the front, the blue on the back, actually.
I couldn't make that out. Is that a dark blue on the back?
Yes, that's
Okay.
blue on the back. I was down on the field
Okay.
earlier. That's blue on the back. White on the front and got red. No, well, they've got a red 14 in honor of their fallen teammate on the sleeve. Swing and a miss right there.
Second strikeout of the day for
And
Williams.
I don't think Tuskegee realized that was the third out right there, Brian.
Yeah.
But we
Three up and
did.
three down, yeah.
So we're going to be right back here from Houston City Diamond Classic from Nashville, Tennessee. Black College Sports Network.
Shop Velvet Online Women's Boutique to spice up your closet with trendy, unique looks. We have fashionable and chic looks at very affordable prices. Velvet Boutique offers free shipping all year long on all orders. Shop online at www.melvetboutique.com. That's www.melvetboutique.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram. Shop Velvet Online Women's Boutique.
I'm returning to Clinton Parish, and Tampa's my community. I grew up here, went to school here, and my wife and I make our home here. What makes Tampa special are its people. So when I represent someone injured in my community, it's personal. Call my office and speak to a real lawyer and not some referral service. I will fight the insurance companies to get the settlement that you deserve. At the law office of Clinton Parish, we take the pain out of being hurt.
This is Brian Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the
Back here, bottom of the second inning, here in the Music City Diamond Classic. Caleb Cobb starts it off for Tuskegee. As Armstrong double checks, make sure he's got everybody behind him where they need to be. A shot and a C&I single right there into the 5-6 hole, Brian. And through 2 innings, Brian, Tuskegee has more hits today than they had all of yesterday.
Good start by Cobb. First pitch come out swinging, finds the opening between the third baseman and shortstop. This is what Coach Hollins wanted to see. He wanted to see Tuskegee come out alive here in this first one.
Kyrie Broughton at the plate. Squares around. And I don't think he made contact with that, but looks like the ball did not get far enough away from the catcher for the runner to advance right there, Cobb. Although as aggressive as Tuskegee is, Tuskegee's great at small ball. That's kind of what they've been known for over the past 10 years, Brian. They take the opportunities. They're going to steal the base. They're going to bunt the man over. They're going to hit the ball to the right side. You know, you don't see too many 3-run home runs with this Tuskegee team. Runner goes. Pitches a strike. Throw down. He is out of there.
I'll tell you that. What's amazing about that throw, if we get a replay here, watch the replay. It was to the left side of the bag. So for
yes, the shortstop side of the bag.
Yeah, the shortstop side of the bag for O'Neal to come over and make that play. That's pretty doggone impressive.
And took a pitch between it, but we just had our version of a strikeabout throwabout.
You know, I don't fault Tuskegee at all for going after that one.
We had time called as I don't think the umpire had his mask on.
Yeah, I don't think he was ready. Armstrong was ready.
The batter was ready too.
Yeah, he was in the stretch.
But hey, it happens sometimes. Yeah, you definitely don't want to be back there behind the plate without that mask on.
No, sir, you don't.
Fouled off outside the stadium there for strike one.
Now, energy is real important in this game. You know, already, we hear we saw Lane play with a lot of energy in that last game, and it'll be interesting to see if Tuskegee matches that. I want to hear a lot of talking, a lot of clapping.
Great. Hey, Coach Holler shows why he plays shortstop at Tuskegee over there with that stab right there, Brian. Coach Hollins, a former Tuskegee Golden Tiger, played and coached for Tuskegee. He's been there his whole career. First base, does he have enough room? Yes, he does! Into the dugout. Put that one down on the highlight reel, Mr. Producer, right there.
Javian Woods, great catch. Woods with some good height on that to be able to lean over. Watch the replay on this. Beautiful catch by Woods. Going over, extends.
Thank God that table was right there for him to land on, the trainer's table right there.
Look at the energy by Lane. I'm telling you what, man, Lane plays with a lot of energy. They understand the importance of playing with energy.
That's a great play right there. We'll be right back after these messages.
This is Ryan Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
Sugar Chateau Desserts is a specialty bakery located in the Charlotte, North Carolina metro area. We will create delicious and one-of-a-kind treats for any occasion. Sugar Chateau is currently shipping cakes in a jar, offering a variety of different flavors in a single-serve container that can help you celebrate in accordance with social distancing. Place your orders today by calling 803-526-7895.
But you just made that play.
All right. How often do you see it, Brian, where the person just makes a spectacular play on defense, leads off another inning?
Seems like it happens more than you would think.
Yep.
Javian Woods batting .455 on the year.
I'm going to say something real logical about that. When the lineup card says it happens like that. 2 balls, 1 strike to Woods right here.
And when you have that kind of emotion and you're playing at that high level, it'd be interesting to see if Woods shows some patience at the plate. And there he goes and gets a hat.
He does, as he says that one right back up the middle for Lane's first hit of the day.
And he keeps his energy level high by getting on base here in the top of the third. Now we got Jonell Armstrong at the plate, who's already made a beautiful throw from behind the plate to pick off a base runner.
Squares around the bunt right there. They've got him caught, but you never throw the ball behind the runner. But did they work that time? Yes, it did. 2, 3, 6 on that put out right there, Brian.
That was the second baseman, Drew. That was the second baseman.
Second base, so
yeah,
that's 2, 3, 4.
That's 2, 3, 4 on that one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, just a bad piece of base running there by Mr. Woods.
Yeah.
They'll correct that. Missed opportunity, though.
Swing, get a miss right there for strike 2, Brian.
And that was on the first pitch too. That was also that's what is a little confusing, and I'm sure Coach Browder will get to the dugout and kind of find out what happened there.
Fouled away. 1 ball, 2 strikes as you count.
I would tend to think you'd be a little more conservative on the very first pitch than to be caught out there so far away from first.
Yeah. Well, they had the bunt on, but the ball was so far outside that Armstrong had no choice but to pull it back right there. How about this energy level from these two teams today, Brian, on a Sunday?
Well, you got to bring some juice. You know, it's a doubleheader today. Boy.
I wonder if that was one of those pitches where the umpire whispers to the catcher and the batter, I wouldn't take that pitch again if I was you.
I love the fact that the catcher's holding it there. He's letting Blue know, say, hey, I'm holding it here for you.
Yeah,
You going to call it or what?
Great job of framing. Got him chasing on that one right there, Brian. Cool. Strike 3.
Third strikeout of the game so far for Savante Williams.
Thomas Arias comes up. Yesterday's probably MVP of the game yesterday, wouldn't you say, Brian, with that pitcher performance that he had?
Most definitely, most definitely.
Got a little conference going on here at the plate. Coach Barber, Arias, and the umpire. Now he calls in another umpire. Third base umpire.
Watching Coach Hollins here. We're trying to see what's going on here.
Probably the crew chief right there, the guy who was on third base. Coach Hollins comes out of the dugout.
And the fact that these are conference rivals, makes it real interesting. And so when I will say Coach Hollins was definitely fired up about this contest and this opportunity. So he's not going to let his guys get run over. And I'm sure he emphasized to his guys that, hey, you're better than what you showed yesterday.
Definitely. And also the fact that
more conversation going on here.
We still haven't gotten this thing figured out, Brian.
I'm just trying to figure out what are we trying to figure out. That's always an interesting thing, and I don't know what Coach Barber, and now we have the first base umpire coming over, so it'll be an all call over here to try to figure out what happened. And maybe Coach Barber for Lane said something to the third base. Well, actually, he came down to talk to the umpire behind the plate.
Whatever it is, they're pulling out page 582 of the rule book trying to get this one straight, Brian.
If I could read lips, I'd try to help you out here, but I'm not real good at that.
And despite the 3-minute delay right here, producer should have had the Jeopardy music queued up for that one, or the ballpark PA or something.
The ballpark PA, right.
Well, we still have same batter, same pitcher, same battery. And a shot mile high. Will it stay in the ballpark? It's back by the fence. And we've got another play. This time by Tuskegee, by the catcher there. McGee makes the play right there at the dugout, Brian.
And I'll tell you what, Drew, the intensity level on both sides has been turned up a notch. I'm telling you what, this is something.
Watch this play right here. Knows he has enough room, knows that his dugout and his teammates will protect him from going and hurting himself, Brian. Look at the emotion right there.
We got ourselves a good old-fashioned SIAC battle here, Drew. This one's getting good. Let's go ahead and take a break. We'll be back right after these words. You're watching the Music City Diamond Classic on the Black College Sports Network.
Sugar Chateau Desserts is a specialty bakery located in the Charlotte, North Carolina metro area. We will create delicious and one-of-a-kind treats for any occasion. Sugar Chateau is currently shipping cakes in a jar, offering a variety of different flavors in a single-serve container that can help you celebrate in accordance with social distancing. Place your orders today by calling 803-526-7895 or visiting sugarchateaudesserts.com.
Hello, beautiful people. It's your girl Maya here, and I'm just stopping through to send some love your way, but also to invite you to download the iHeart My HBCU app, the official HBCU Spare Change app, to mix and mingle in the HBCU chat rooms as alumni vie for the #1 spot for the most loved HBCU based on spare change donations. I hope everybody's staying safe and well out here. Much love. Peace and blessings. Enjoy.
This is our moment, and we're doing what many thought we couldn't. We're investing in the stock market. We're buying rental property.
Richard Smith leads us off here in the third inning, Brian. last 2 half innings have finished with 2 great, tremendous defensive plays, Brian. What's next?
Well, they've been foul ball snags, so maybe we'll get something in play. Maybe the outfielders need to be on alert, be ready to get something.
That's into the Bermuda Triangle. Is that lands foul right there? First baseman couldn't quite see it. Second baseman, right fielder just could not get there fast enough.
That's a tough spot for Woods. It's funny. Going towards the dugout was probably an easier play than that, just by the mere nature of the fact that he was going backwards, trying to look up in the air and over his shoulder at the same time.
And let's not even throw in the sun. Even though it's overcast, that sun will peek through the clouds just when you don't need it to right there. Shot down the third base line is foul.
As I look outside, I'm like, what sun? What sun are you talking about?
Yeah, but just when you look up, you know where to pop through the clouds on you, Brian.
Okay.
At least that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it.
All right.
That's a clean hit in the right field right there, Brian.
Nice piece of hitting there by Richard Smith. Didn't really put a lot on that. Just kind of slapped it out there into right field. Get on base.
Almost looked like it was off the end of the bat there, Brian.
Uh-huh. And now Dominic Johnson comes to the plate. And let's see if Tuskegee can get a rally going. 3rd hit of the game so far for Golden Tigers.
Foul ball right there for strike 1. Once again, Tuskegee looks to play small ball. Want to advance the runner over. Would not be surprised if we see a straight steal on the next pitch or two.
I might advise against that after we've seen one guy get picked off already.
0-2 to the batter.
Jonell Armstrong has shown what kind of arm he has. I'd be surprised if Coach Hollins tests him this early.
And that's a shot into right field. He turns the corner. He's heading to third base, and he's going to get there. First to third, Brian.
Good piece of hitting and base running there by Richard Smith to get all the way in. And with that ball clearly going to right field, the exact right play, get around second, get to third, and now you got runners on the corner with no outs.
With no outs. Now, if you're Lane, you have to put on your best first and third play because you know Tuskegee has some tricks up their sleeves. Swing and a miss right there to the batter, strike 1.
Josh Lewis at the plate, who doubled in the first at-bat of the contest, and then he came home after a fielder's choice and then a sac fly.
Runner goes, pitches the ball. And we've got the double steal. Ball is thrown to the backstop, and the runner is going to wind up on third base, that being Johnson. Run scores for Tuskegee. I told you Tuskegee had something up their sleeves there, Brian.
Well, good execution there. I'm a little surprised, though. I'm always surprised that he wouldn't just let him have that stolen base at second, because if it doesn't work out, the play that resulted is always on the table. I might have held off on throwing that ball, or at least maybe gave a fake to second and then looked over at third. One ball, 2 strikes here.
Tuskegee. Charged the error right there to the second baseman also on that play. Window shopping right there for Tuskegee.
Got him looking on that one. Got him looking. 3rd strikeout of the contest for Armstrong.
Most important thing for Tuskegee is the first out of the inning with still a runner in scoring position. Good job there by the catcher right there, the other Armstrong, for not letting that ball get past him. Swing and a miss right there. 1 ball, 1 strike is the count on the 76 mile an hour fastball. Pulled the string on that one right there for the change up right there, Brian. Strike 2.
Yeah, he's thrown 2 of them away from him. You know, Coleman may want to just kind of sit back on this one right here, not be so eager.
All Coleman wants to do is put this ball in play as Tuskegee tries to score the run, but he fails to do that, Brian. So what has started off looking like a golden opportunity for Tuskegee, 1st and 3rd with no one out. 1 run has played it, but you still got that run on 3rd base with 2 outs now, Brian. Ronald McGee at the plate.
4th strikeout of the contest for Christian Armstrong.
That's a shot. That's in the deep left center field. Is it going to get down? No. Over by the center field for the 3rd out of the inning by Brown right there. After 3 complete from Music City Diamond Classic, Tuskegee 2, Lane 0. We'll be right back here on the Black College Sports Network.
This is our moment, and we're doing what many thought we couldn't. We're investing in the stock market. We're buying rental properties. We're starting businesses. And when you're looking for a financial advisor to help you build wealth, choose one you can trust. Choose Wilson Wealth.
Coffee today? At Earth Blend Coffee, we take pride in offering you the very best of beans across the world, blended and roasted to perfection, giving you superior quality and satisfying and flavorful taste. Experience the world in 1 cup with Earth Blend Coffee.
Travis Brown starts it off here for Lane in the top of the 4th inning right here. Shot to second base right there. Cobb. Coleman. Drop.
That's got to be on the first baseman. It wasn't a perfect throw, but it did hit the first baseman's glove. I guess I'm gonna call that an E3. Watch this replay here. Yeah, just that you would have liked to have, the second baseman. I mean, you just got to come up cleanly, give a nice strong throw to the first baseman. Had he done that, so runner on first here for Lane.
See if Lane gets some action going with the base runners right here.
Well, the last time they had a runner on first, I got caught stealing. I actually got picked off, kind of got caught in no man's land. And a 2-3-4 throw out at second base. So we'll see if Lane shows a little better patience here with the base running with Brown on first.
That's popped up. It's going to be on the infield. That time Coleman squeezes it, Brian.
Good makeup play by the first baseman. Now, I always wonder, though, had he dropped that, could you have potentially had a double play opportunity.
If as they say, if the batter is Cadillacing it down to first base, yes. But you also have to take the risk that that ball bounces and bounces away from you, and you're not able to get anybody.
So you you wouldn't advise anybody to let that ball drop. Just go ahead and catch it cleanly is what you're saying.
Hey, man, get the out.
Good point.
Get the out. That's what they always taught me, the little bit of baseball I did play. That's it. Great play by the third baseman. Turns it, and he's only able to get the one. Great job by Brown breaking up the double play. Clean slide right there.
Cobb comes up a little bit sore on that one. Looks to be holding his ankles, left ankle maybe. Got the trainers coming out. I'm sure we'll get a replay here opportunity. You called that a clean slide.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't anything. He didn't pop up on him, anything like that. It just happened to be because he got down so late. The throw was so late right there. It just kind of, everything just kind of happened together. There was nothing malicious about that, though, in my opinion. Elias stands on first base now. Christian Armstrong, pitcher, batting for himself. College, one of the few places where you still see this happening quite often, Brian. That's down the third base line into the bullpen area. Foul ball for strike one. Kind of love seeing pitchers bat for themselves. That way they get to try to help themselves out as much as possible. Fouls that one back for strike two. Stretching the pitch. Swing! Got a miss, and that's the inning right there. After 3.5 complete, Tuskegee 2, Lane 0. You watch the Music City Diamond Classic on the Black College Sports Network.
Have you had your Earth Blend coffee today? At Earth Blend Coffee, we take pride in offering you the very best of beans across the world, blended and roasted to perfection, giving you superior quality and satisfying and flavorful taste. Experience the world in one cup with Earth Blend Coffee.
Hello, beautiful people. It's your girl Maya here, and I'm just stopping through to send some love your way, but also to invite you to download the iHeart My HBCU app, the official HBCU spare change app to mix and mingle in the HBCU chat rooms as alumni vie for the #1 spot for the most loved HBCU based on spare change donations. I hope everybody's staying safe and well out here. Much love. Peace and blessings. Enjoy.
Since 2002, Empowerment Resources, Inc., a nonprofit organization, has empowered more than 1,500 youth and adults in Duval and surrounding counties through its programs Journey into Womanhood, Girls Mentoring, Life Skills for Teens, and parenting education coaching. To get involved with programs, volunteer, or donate, visit www.empowermentresourcesinc.org. Follow us on social media, facebook.com/empowerment.resources and instagram.com/empowermentjax.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share.
Jamison Eichelberger comes to the plate right here. Designated hitter for Tuskegee in the cleanup spot. 0 for 1 on the day. Struck out his first time up. Takes one outside for ball 1. Brian, I love the rhythm and the pace of this game thus far. Swing and a miss right there.
Yeah, definitely, low scoring, good movement, good energy by both teams. I don't think we've had a prolonged inning. I don't think we've had an inning go longer than maybe 4 or 5 batters at the most. So.
Fouls that one off for strike 2.
And I think we've seen a pretty good pitching performance by Armstrong and Williams.
I think he took. Wait a minute. There's some controversy. Did he take that one off the foot? Eichelberger thinks he took that one off the foot. Blue says no. Coach Hollins comes down to plead the case for his player. Now he's going to call and ask for help.
Always interested in. Now, before replay, ladies and gentlemen, this is how we came to the determination of whether something like this happened or not.
And he puts them back in the box right there. And you know what that conversation was between the umpires, Brian?
You tell me.
Did you see anything down there? No, I got what you got. Did you see anything? I got what you got. Okay, we going with what I got. That was the conversation right there. And Eichelberger makes him pay for not putting him on base. He earns it himself the other way.
The old-fashioned way.
I told you so.
Get a single. Is that the equivalent of ball don't lie?
Ball don't lie. Yes. That's the equivalent for basketball as a ball don't lie. At least it is today, Brian. Eichelberger gets a good lead, bounces off, not going anywhere. Strike into Caleb Cobb.
What I really like about the pitching performance, I mentioned this earlier, is that both pitchers very poised and under control. Even when they have allowed a base runner on, there has not seemed to be any kind of worry or stress about that base runner. Clear focus has been on the batter at the plate.
There's a shot in the center field. Medium depth right there. And Eichelberger tags, fakes it. Not going anywhere for real. Oh, and he caused them to. Got a little bit of action right there. It was a clean hop off of just like the dugout over there. Ball bounced directly back to the first baseman. Eichelberger did good by not trying to advance to second.
Well, look, I missed it because I'm scoring a clean 8.
Okay.
How do you allow something like that happen if you're the center fielder? That ball should have come in cleanly.
He threw the ball to second base and got a pass ball right here. That hits off the catcher's glove. That's definitely a pass ball right there. Let me sum this back up.
Please do.
Okay, ball was hit to center field. Runner on first tag went halfway to second. And
that should have been the end of it.
But he threw, and the center fielder throws the ball to the second base.
That should have been the end of it.
But the second baseman throws behind him, trying to double him off first base right there. Ball winds up going past the first baseman, but bounces clean off of the dugout and back to the first base.
All that extra, it should have been over
when the ball got to the infield.
Thank you. All you had to do was hold on to it. It's over.
Yes.
He'll go back to first. That's my point. That's all. And here comes Coach Broder talking to his Barber, talking to his guys here. And I would guess the nature of this conversation is, hey guys, you're your own worst enemy right now. Some of the mistakes that you're making, just relax. I mean, the good old simple baseball plays still apply.
Well, I'm going to tell you something else he's already probably also saying to him is, look, y'all spoiled Tuskegee's senior day yesterday. They're doing it back to y'all today. Kyrie Broad at the plate right now. Steps back in with 1 ball, 1 strike count. Struck out his first time today. That's in the center field. Runner tags at second. Let's see if he's going to challenge him. And once again, just try to draw the throw, and hopefully something bad happens.
I want Brown to hit his cutoff man. Hit your cutoff man right there. Hit the shortstop cleanly. You don't have to. We see you got an arm. Look, he's an experienced player. So I mean, who am I? Brown is a 5th-year senior. He knows this. I would say kick it right to your shortstop, who's your cutoff man, and be done with it.
Inside for ball 1. Tuskegee with another scoring opportunity. That's a shot up middle center field. He's going to have a play at the plate. And he is chalking another run up to Tuskegee. Throw just kind of died on him. He came up clean, but the throw just kind of died in the infield there, Brian.
Well, Brown may be a little, I don't know. He never got a good grip on that ball, in my personal opinion. If you watch the 2 previous throws into the infield, they had more air on them than that ball. So, single RBI by Martin.
Tuskegee taking advantage of their opportunities with runners in scoring position today, Brian. Didn't quite have that opportunity yesterday because I don't think they ever had a runner in scoring position. That's a shot back up the middle at the pitcher. Armstrong had to get out the way of that one.
And I tell you what, Brown's getting a lot of work in center field right now. Everything's coming right back up the middle, either in the air or on the ground.
But that's what you always tell people to hit the ball back up the middle. Tuskegee's taking that to heart right now, Brian.
At the bottom of the order here for Tuskegee, Dominic Johnson. Runners on first and second, 2 outs.
Pass ball right there. Second and third. 2 outs. Another golden opportunity for the Golden Tigers. 1 ball, 1 strike is your count.
Now, this becomes the biggest at-bat of the series thus far.
Hit by pitch right there.
Which honestly, look, not all that bad given the fact that you had first base open. So I don't fault Armstrong for, pitching that one inside. But now you got to be on your A game here. Bases loaded, Josh Lewis at the plate.
Foul ball right there for strike 1. What concerns you if your lane is the fact that your catcher has had 2 pass balls in the past inning or so. So with the bases loaded, he's got to be a brick wall back there, Brian.
Yeah.
Ball in the dirt right there. Now, he does a good job of stopping that one.
Well, part of that's on Armstrong, though. Armstrong's got to put the ball over the plate and get it off the ground.
That's a shot in the center field. Third out of the inning. Tuskegee does have 1 in that inning, Brian. So now, after 4 complete, Tuskegee 3, Lane 0. Music City Diamond Classic, Black College Sports Network. We'll be right back.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Spreaker, or the BCSN app, as we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
This is our moment, and we're doing what many thought we couldn't. We're investing in the stock market. We're buying rental properties. We're starting businesses. And when you're looking for a
Caleb Blanks leads it off here in the top of the 5th inning for Lane as they trail Tuskegee 3-0. That's a souvenir for somebody outside the ballpark on that particular one, Brian. Strike one to the batter. Outside for ball one. Banks comes in 0 for 1. Popped out earlier today. That's the center field. Medium depth, playable. Brought in by Lewis for the first out.
You know, I was going to mention, Drew, for Williams of Tuskegee, that last inning, the top of four batters faced were the most batters that he had seen so far in this game.
I mean, he's been very efficient. And I'll tell you how efficient he is as that ball is sent to Broughton in right field. That was only pitch number 50 for him right there, Brian.
Yeah, I think Lane's going to have to show a little patience and make him throw some pitches. I mean, right now, you know what, you'd say he's averaging 10 pitches per, which is extremely efficient. Yeah.
Looks like that's going to be efficient. Correct me if I'm wrong, Brian, but that's 3 pitches and 3 outs.
Yeah, that's a little faster than I'm sure than Coach Barber wants to see from his batters. So I would not be surprised to see if they have a conversation about patience.
And with that, we're going to ask you to be patient as we're going to take this break right here from Music City Diamond Classic in Nashville, Tennessee. We'll be right back. Black College Sports Network.
This is our moment, and we're doing what many thought we couldn't. We're investing in the stock market. We're buying rental properties. We're starting businesses. And when you're looking for a financial advisor to help you build wealth, choose one you can trust. Choose Wilson Wealth.
Women's Boutique to spice up your closet with trendy, unique looks. We have fashionable and chic looks at very affordable prices. Malvet Boutique offers free shipping all year long on all orders. Shop online at www.melvetboutique.com. That's www.melvetboutique.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram. Shop Melvet Online Women's Boutique.
I'm returning to Clinton Parish, and Tampa's my community. I grew up here, went to school here, and my wife and I make our home here. What makes Tampa special are its people. So when
Russell Coleman leads it off here in the bottom of the 5th inning. You know, with 2 sevens today, we just had the 5th inning stretch instead of the 7th inning stretch, as he bunts that ball into the dugout there for strike 1, does Coleman. You know, Brian, a couple of weeks, we'll have the black HBCU, excuse me. Let me get my acronyms correct, as that's filed into the Tuskegee bullpen for strike 2. The Black College World Series.
Start that over again.
They say start that over again.
Yeah, give yourself another take. Take 2.
Take 2. All right. Montgomery, Alabama, in about 10 days from now, we'll be starting the Black College World Series. HBCU World Series?
Called strike 3 there on
help me out there,
by
Brian.
Russell Coleman. No, not gonna help you out on that one. That we're gonna keep moving here. We'll get the reads right here, folks. Be patient.
HBCU World Series from Montgomery, Alabama. As I read my reads wrong. Not the first time that's happened. Shot over there, ate them up right there. Let's see what they give that, if they're going to call that a single or what, because it wasn't exactly a clean play right there.
Yeah, I might call that a single. We'll see what they. No, they do give an error.
They gave an error.
They call that an error.
Wow.
So E5.
Scorekeeper is not nice today.
Well, I thought it was clean. I mean, you know, I think it just it should have been a routine play on third. I don't think it took an unusual bounce. There's a free ball. If anybody wants to run over there, we've got some young people here in front of us. Yeah, got to run down there and get that free ball. Move slow if you want. Snooze, you lose. So Ronald McGee's on first. Jamison Eichelberger at the plate.
Eichelberger comes in 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a single.
And looking at the kids, looking around for that ball.
Hey, like it's over here somewhere. I just seen it.
Called
Swinging
strike
and a miss
3.
right there.
Second strikeout of the inning for Armstrong. And his 6th of the contest.
All right, let's see if I can get this right this time. This Tuesday, Brian, we'll have the reveal show of the teams that will be participating in the HBCU World Series. As the runner goes, hit and run was on. That's not quite the cheap seats up there. That's the expensive seats right outside of the booths right there. So strike 1 to the batter. Make that strike 2 right there. And Brian, we have that reveal show on the Black College Sports Network on this Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, immediately following inside the HBCU Sports Lab.
He's going to drop for a hit. Caleb Cobb gets on base, so.
First and second, 2 out. Another 2-out RBI opportunity for Tuskegee. Kyrie Broughton looks to be the beneficiary of this opportunity. Into the 5-6 hole. It's going to be a tough play anywhere.
Nobody.
And he throws the second base area. Ball's in the right field. 1 run has scored. 2 runs have scored.
Wow, a lot going on right there.
There's a lot to score right there, Brian. Hope you got enough room on your scoring sheet right there. There has to be ruled as a single and an error right there, Brian, because that was going to be a tough play for the shortstop.
Second error.
Two balls to count to the batter. Tuskegee looks to add on to the lead with 2 outs here. That ball's hit to third baseman Creighton over the woods, and Lane gets out of it, but not without giving up 2 runs, Brian. 1 error, 1 big error.
Actually, 2 errors. Actually, 2 errers in that particular inning.
2 big errors in that inning. And what we're going to do is we're going to stay right here. Go to break. All right, producer tells me to go to break. We'll be right back from the Music City Diamond Classic, Nashville, Tennessee.
This is Ryan Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
Sugar Chateau Desserts is a specialty bakery located in the Charlotte, North Carolina metro area. We will create delicious and one-of-a-kind treats for any occasion. Sugar Chateau is currently shipping cakes in a jar, offering a variety of different flavors in a single-serve container that can help you celebrate in accordance with social distancing. Place your orders today by calling 803-526-7895 or visiting sugarchateaudesserts.com.
Hello, beautiful people. It's your girl Maya here, and I'm just stopping through to send some love your way, but also to invite you to download the iHeart My HBCU app, the official HBCU spare change app to mix and mingle in the HBCU chat rooms as alumni vie for the #1 spot for the most loved HBCU based on spare change donations. I hope everybody's staying safe and well out here. Much love. Peace.
Jadale Armstrong here leading off the top of the 6th inning for Lane as they trail Tuskegee 5-0. And Brian Fulford has a couple of special guests that he's going to talk to here in the press box for us. So I'm going to turn it over to my colleague, Mr. Brian Fulford.
Yeah, we've got some local celebrities here from the Nashville area. Joining us right now, Coach Allen Robinson, who was the Tennessee State University head baseball coach from 77 to 1993, and also Greg Goodwin, who's the president of the TSU Baseball Alumni Association. Gentlemen, thank you for coming up and joining us. Coach Robinson, pleasure to get a chance to actually meet you and talk to you. Tell us a little bit about TSU baseball from your time when you were the head coach there.
When I first started TSU baseball program in 1977, my coach before me was Samuel Whitman. And being a graduate of Tennessee State and playing for Tennessee State and playing for a person like Whitman gave me a lot of drive and a lot of hope because of what he did for me and what he did for the university. But when I took over in 77, the program was kind of new because we had not had stability in the program. And we had about 2 or 3 different coaches that had been coaching, but I came in with some players that I thought was, a great assets to the program. We had players that, really, really could do things that would go from the level we was on to another level, and they did.
Right.
Greg Goodwin was my captain. A guy named Shot Joyce was another captain for me, and those guys was tremendous players. A guy named Kirk Favre, who signed to play pro ball. And we had many guys. Out of all my years coaching at Tennessee State, if I'm not sure correctly, but I think it was 30-some players drafted by Tennessee State from 1977 to 1993.
Okay, wow, nice, nice. And I'd hate to ask you, it's like asking you who's your favorite son, but of that list of 30 guys, who are the names that most people would be most familiar with, or who might they be most familiar with?
Terry Blocker probably was the one because he was the second drafted in the Major League draft.
Okay.
And that's a feat because not many HBCUs had a number 1 draft choice and drafted that high in the draft. And Terry Blocker probably that. But I had many other guys that did tremendous. A guy named Wonderful Mons, Roy Johnson, Kirk Burke, Kirk Favre, just, guys that did great. And not only after that, they did great after they finished baseball. They end up having great careers in their regular life and doing well right now in their life.
Nice, nice.
As we had a shot down the left field line there by Armstrong, and now we have a runner at second base with 1 out for a lane.
So, Coach, now let me see if I know a little bit of my history here. I'm used to everything being in terms of football, but Division I was you were in Division I on the Division I level at that time. I was going to say Division I AA, but that's football.
When we first started, we was the independent Division I.
Okay.
Then after that, we joined OVC in 87, 88.
And that was campus wide. That was all athletic programs.
All athletic programs then. And then all of us was still Division I, except football.
Right.
Football.
Okay.
Football was a different division, but every other program was Division I. And we did well in OVC. We played well. We beat a lot of teams in OVC, but for some reason, when we got to that point where they felt that when they needed 14 sports in the NCAA, they decided to drop baseball and then pick up some men's track, indoor-outdoor track.
Okay.
And that's why when they dropped baseball. The reason for it, their rationale, I can't give an answer.
Right, sure. And that was in '93 when they picked up other sports and couldn't keep that. That's disappointing to hear, given the fact some of the success and players. And I'm sure over over these 20-something years, I know it's been a push to try to get the program back. I was going to ask about any rivalries during that period, any significant rivalries, whether it be in the OVC or amongst HBCU schools that you had during that time.
Well, in the OVC, we really didn't have any rivalries, but our main rivalries was when we go to Jackson State, play Tuskegee, play Alabama State, Alabama A&M. Those schools that we really, really was, playing because of the black HBCU schools.
Right.
And in OVC, like I said, we played those schools, but we just didn't have that drive in which we're not always trying to win.
Right.
But we didn't have that drive like we did playing against those HBCUs because, that's just something we was a part of.
Right.
But now Greg, since they dropped baseball, been well involved in all the stuff that we're trying to do to get baseball back.
Right.
He's had many, many occasions talking to presidents and different things. I'm going to let him get to you and talk to you about that because he can give you a lot more information on that than I can.
Yeah. Greg Goodwin, now when did you graduate? Tell us a little about your background. You were at TSU when? And
75 to 79 is my years playing at Tennessee State.
Okay. And you were, what position did you play?
I played first base.
First base, okay.
From Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Okay.
It's my first time in Nashville, and it became my second home.
I was going to say, how did you? I always love to hear these stories about how people found themselves at an HBCU. How did you find yourself from Tulsa, Oklahoma, to Tennessee State?
I had 2 scholarships, one at Langston and one at John Brown University. Well, back then, there wasn't the internet or things like that. You read Ebony and Jet magazine.
Yes, sir. Right.
And I read Ebony and Jet, and Tennessee State was always #1 in football, basketball,
yes, they were.
Track,
Yep.
band.
Yep.
I wanted to be a part of that. I wrote a letter to the coach and said I want to play. And I have some scholarship offers. They told me I could come and walk on.
Okay.
That's all I needed to hear. The rest was history.
Coach, anything you want to tell about that story? It was a good move. Did he end up earning a scholarship, or did he when you had him come on as a walk on?
Well, when I first started coaching, Greg had been there a couple of years.
Oh, okay, right, okay.
And when I got there, I realized then the kind of potentials I had in that baseball program. You know, I had to kind of get them together, regroup them, because when you had a coach before that, you know, their ways of coaching was different. But I loved it because those guys, they was go-getters. And Greg was a point-blank leader. If he say jump, they're going to ask him how high.
And you mentioned he was your captain, one of your captains.
Yep. He's definitely my captain.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, nice.
I want to say something else about Greg. Not only,
yes, sir.
Since Greg left Tennessee State, he's been involved in so much stuff, and he can tell you a lot about that. But, I mean, he's been an inspiration to so many kids. A principal at a high school and named the street after him. So they've done a lot of things after they left Tennessee State and after he got through playing baseball, and he's so much involved now in the baseball.
So tell us about those years after Tennessee State playing baseball at the collegiate level. Anything professionally? Anything?
I had a free agent offer with the San Francisco Giants, but that wasn't making money back then.
Okay.
I had a sports information director in a graduate school, so I can go to grad school.
There you
so
go.
I went back to Tennessee State.
Okay.
Worked in the graduate program, got my master's. Went to Atlanta.
Okay.
That's where I've been for the last 36 years.
Okay.
Things worked out real well for me there. I coached at a school called Redan High School. We have we had 6 big leaguers come out of Redan High School. I've had 47 kids drafted out. I was the first black inducted to the Hall of Fame in the state of Georgia for baseball.
Nice, congratulations. Yeah.
Thank you very much. And after I coached, I started scouting for the Dodgers. I scouted with them for 18 years.
Okay.
You know.
Any names that you found? I mean, the Dodgers. I mean, they've got a host of guys. So I mean,
the shortstop Seager was from South Carolina, but it was my area at the time. So he was one of my guys. But I'm more proud of the kid Brandon Phillips that I coached at Redan High School.
Phillips was it Cincinnati?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I was trying to remember.
Career.
Yeah.
So we've had a great run, but more importantly, they say that black kids aren't playing baseball. And that's not true.
Sure.
We started a nonprofit organization in Atlanta 20 years ago called Mentoring Viable Prospects, MVP. We do one of the largest all-black tournaments in the country in Atlanta every July.
Okay.
And we have 8 teams from all over the country. We've gotten more than 400 scholarships to HBCUs and other colleges out of that tournament. We still do that, I'm proud to say. But, you know, with mentors like Coach Rob, and he hadn't said much about himself, he was a 2-sport star at Tennessee State. He was signed by Buck O'Neal.
Okay.
Which is legendary Buck O'Neal.
Yes, sir.
And played in the Cubs organization. He doesn't talk about himself, but with that kind of leadership and mentorship, you want to excel. You want your other people that under you to excel. And that's the leadership we had. We've been in talks with the current president, and we just got a new AD.
Mm-hmm.
We still want to have baseball. We were up to a club level at Tennessee State 3 years ago where we had a club team.
Right.
And we'd like to continue that if at all possible. And so we're in talks about it. After this pandemic is up, we'll see where it goes.
What entail? You mentioned playing on the club level. What does that entail? What does that look like for, anyone that might be familiar?
Those schools that don't have baseball, they get the kids that are on the campus. If they're interested in playing baseball, it's like intramurals.
Yeah.
They play other schools that don't have baseball.
Okay.
And so we were at that level at one time. So we want to get back there, and then we want to see if we can get baseball back full time.
So let me ask: within the OVC, are there? I'm thinking OVC's got baseball programs. The other schools have a full slate of baseball programs within the OVC, right?
That's correct. There's only 2 schools in OVC without baseball.
Okay.
We're one of them. Still, with the stats that came out last year, we're ranked 2nd in the OVC with the number of kids drafted, and we hadn't had baseball in 28 years.
I hear that. So I mean, in your opinion, what are some of the, as you've had conversations with some of the leadership over these past 20-some years at Tennessee State, what are some of the challenges that you're hearing behind why the program has not come back?
There's only one challenge, and it's resources.
Okay.
Our HBCUs have been strapped, as you know, just trying to keep the doors open. This pandemic hadn't helped. But, again, as long as we keep the conversations going, and we have a new AD, like I said, we're expecting good things out of him, and he's really in our corner. So we'll see where it goes. Now,
you mentioned resources, and you mentioned that your program in Atlanta offers scholarship opportunities. And it comes to mind because I had a conversation with Coach Hollins of Tuskegee earlier, and it's well documented that most baseball programs don't have the scholarships that they offer like most people are familiar with in other sports.
That's correct.
So I guess my question goes to the resources of the equipment, facility, places, because it may not always be the people. I can't imagine it being the people.
No, it's not people. It's facilities.
Okay.
And the travel, equipment, that
Yeah.
type of thing.
Yeah.
I know Coach Hollins well. I coached against him when he played as a high school player at Mays High School.
Yeah, yeah.
I've sent players to him as well out of Atlanta.
Yeah, I mean, at some point, somebody from Tennessee State who's watching and listening, you guys gotta think, you got a homegrown talent sending HBCU guys or sending players from the Atlanta area to all these other schools.
Jackson State.
They're reaping awards.
Southern.
Yeah.
We've been sending kids everywhere for years. FAMU, everywhere.
Yeah. So what kind of I guess where are things at now? What are you trying to accomplish through your efforts? Is it just continually communicating with the leadership at the school? What can outside folks who want to see TSU baseball get back, what can they do to help support the cause?
They can, my number is listed on the Tennessee State website under baseball for the Tennessee State Alumni Association. And if they have resources, access to resources, they can contact me. My email address and phone number will be on there. But we're just looking for people to get behind us and support us in order to bring baseball back.
Right. Okay. So that's on the Tennessee State National Alumni. My sister happens to be an alum of Tennessee State, so I will be reaching out to her and say, hey sis, let me look up this number and let's find out a way to help support this.
Send the athletic director emails and phone call. Let them know that brings
I figure in this day and age, starting some sort of a campaign to, we just got to come up with a nice hashtag or a nice something to say, bring back baseball to TSU or something.
That's correct.
Okay. And I guess we're going to send this back to my producer, Roy Evans. A lot of finger pointing going on up here. Not really sure what's going on, but hey, gentlemen, it's a pleasure talking with you.
Well, don't leave just yet. Just some information we want to drop out there to you, Mr. Goodwin. Of course, we have TSU alum and president of BCSG360.org, Mr. Prentice Hill, who's putting on this Music City Diamond Classic, has just informed me that we will be there, the Black College Sports Network, to broadcast your MVP event in July in Atlanta. So we will make sure that we'll definitely, anything that we can do to help push it out there and get it along, we will do that as well to help move it forward and to get more of our black kids doing that. So you can thank Prentice for covering that cost.
Appreciate you, Prentice. And again, we're a nonprofit organization. Our goal is to get kids in school. And with your exposure, that'll help a lot. And I've told you, we've been in touch with Tony Reagans. He's one of our mentors, and he gives us a little money every year to further this cause. So we know the same folks, and we got the same goal in mind. Thank you so much.
Let me say the last thing is I want to thank Prentice for allowing us to be here and also recognizing Tennessee State baseball because we surely well deserve it. Thank you very much.
Yes, definitely. It's a good time to bring baseball back to Tennessee State. A lot of good things happening, a lot of good press, and it'd be nice to see Tennessee State with, if it's not their own facilities, I don't know. This is a nice ballpark. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Right down the street too. Let's see. Hey, Nashville Sounders. Just saying. Yes, sir. So again, I want to thank Coach Allen Robinson and Greg Goodwin from Tennessee State University. Coach Robinson, legendary coach. Mr. Goodwin, of course, we will see you later this summer. And keep doing great things, gentlemen. Look forward to talking with you more. And we appreciate your time.
I appreciate you all inviting us.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for coming up. I'm going to give it back over to A.D. Drew, who's going to try to catch us up with where we're at in the contest. I see we got the bases loaded. Drew, where are we at now?
Got bases loaded, 2 outs, Tuskegee with the opportunity to add on to their lead. Foul ball right there. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Brandon Stinson is the pinch hitter. He pinch hit for Eichelberger for Tuskegee as they are looking to add to their lead.
And I noticed, Drew, this being the bottom of the 6th, this gets closer. Obviously, we're only playing 7 here, so this could very well be the last at-bat for Tuskegee here.
Yeah, well, for Tuskegee's sake, they're hoping that they don't have to bat again. That means they get the hold in the bottom of the inning. And there's a drive in the deep center field, but it's not going to do anything. As center fielder comes up limping there, Brown, and that's going to be the 3rd out of the inning. We're going to take a break. We're going to recoup everything. You're watching the Music City Diamond Classic right here on the Black College Sports Network.
This is our moment, and we're doing what many thought we couldn't. We're investing in the stock market. We're buying rental properties. We're starting businesses. And when you're looking for a financial advisor to help you build wealth, choose one you can trust. Choose Wilson Wealth.
Have you had your Earthblend coffee today? At Earthblend Coffee, we take pride in offering you the very best of beans across the world, blended and roasted to perfection, giving you superior quality and satisfying and flavorful taste. Experience the world in one cup with Earthblend Coffee.
Williams tries to get the complete game victory for Tuskegee right here, Brian. It's only at 60, I believe that's 68 pitches on the pitch counter right there. Shot into center field. It's deep, but WTP on that one, Brian. That's one track power for those who don't know what that means.
I'm glad you clarified there. I didn't know WTH you were saying. So. And it's funny. It's funny. We were talking about complete games yesterday. We saw Thomas Arians, with a complete game for almost a complete game for Lane. And in talking with one of the assistant coaches this morning, Lane had already decided going into that final 9th inning that had he been able to get out of that 9th inning without giving up a base runner, he might have completed that game. He had thrown 101 pitches, so he was right at that mark of saying, hey, we don't want you to go too much further here. I say all that the fact that Williams has only thrown 70 pitches, which this being the 7th inning, your average of 10 pitches per inning.
And you try to keep a pitch at 15 and under, so he's well above that pace right now.
Yeah, exactly. So, a very efficient outing here by Williams. Yeah, and I got to imagine, for Lane, it's a case of, we've seen rallies. We've seen 5-run rallies before. So it all starts with the first batter.
Full count to the batter, despite what the screen says right there. And Brian, help me out here. Is that like the first walk of the day for that Armstrong has given up?
I believe it is. I believe it's the first walk, yeah. First walk. There's nobody warming up in the down at the bullpen for Tuskegee, so this is all on Savante Williams. There's no real pressure. I mean, one out, one on. Good piece of communication there by Ronald McGee to come out to the mound and talk to him. Now, this is the part of the lineup that had great success yesterday for Lane. So you want to be careful with this group. Starting here with Kalen Banks.
And that's between the 5 and the 6 hole right there. It's got 2 on.
And see, that's what
1 out for Lane.
That's what we're talking about. See, gotta be careful. First pitch swinging. You know, we're a ways away, but doesn't take much for a rally to get started. Where there's smoke, there's fire. I think we got a pinch runner there coming in for Banks, number 4 for Lane. That's Tavares Brown. Two runners on, 1 out. Melvin Creighton at the plate. Called strike 1.
Don't see anybody stirring up for Tuskegee, but I guarantee you if another runner gets on, you may see some action, at least getting the arms loose down in the Tuskegee bullpen, Brian.
I would agree. You might go ahead and start sending somebody down here. Even if the bases get loaded, I might send somebody down there to start warming up. Woo. Blue didn't want to give him that one. 2 balls, 1 strike. Armstrong at second. Pinch runner Brown.
Inside for ball 3. I guarantee you a trip by Coach Danny Barnes will come should Williams lose him right here.
3 ball, 1 strike.
Ground it back to the pitcher. Gets the sure out at first base.
I'm not mad at that at all. Good decision. You know, don't try to go for the double play. Remember, you still have a 5-run cushion.
Yeah, the only person that matters is the person at the plate right now.
Exactly.
If you're Tuskegee.
2 outs. Yeah. Javian Woods. Called strike 1. Called strike 2. Nice placement on that pitch.
He's ahead of the count, 0-2.
Here we go. This could be it right here.
Potential ball game on this pitch right here. Outside. Wasted that one outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes as you count to Javian Woods.
See if the umpire would give you that one, if you could have got it close there.
Pitch number 85 coming.
Too far outside. Evens up the count. Deuce is wild, right?
Deuce is wild. 2 on, 2 outs. 2-2 to the batter.
Got him.
Ball game, folks. That's a winner for the Golden Tigers. Caught him looking. Your final score, Tuskegee 5, Lane 0, as Tuskegee takes Game 2 of the Music City Diamond Classic right here in Nashville, Tennessee, First Horizon Ballpark. Brian, we're going to have a rubber match coming up here soon in approximately 30 minutes or so. So, I tell you what, before we take this break, Brian, let's set everything up with this for the HBCU World Series. that will be coming up next week. That's going to be held in Montgomery, Alabama, beginning next Wednesday. Next Wednesday, not this Wednesday. Next Wednesday, the 27th. Polls will come out. The teams will be invited based upon Black College 9 polls that will be coming out. That poll will come out this Tuesday evening. That will come out right here on the Black College Sports Network. That show is going to begin approximately 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Central, right after Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab right here on the Black College Sports Network. And then there will also be some press conferences and other things that will be coming from the city of Montgomery later on during the week. That will occur in Riverwalk Stadium in Montgomery, Alabama. So make sure that we stay tuned for that poll coming out on this potential week. I've left Brian over here speechless. So with that being said, we're going to take a break. We'll see you in about approximately 30 minutes or so as we come back with the rubber match here. Lane College Dragons versus the Tuskegee Golden Tigers. First Horizon Ballpark, Music City Diamond Classic.